I was a hairstylist for 19 years before I quit, and it burnt me out. There was a lot of boundary issues and things like that, and then once I retracted away from being around people all the time, I was like, "I'm good. I don't need to go out. I'm gonna do grocery pickup. Like, I'm going to have things put
Sure.
in my car." I have been, like, slowly, how can I go out in public and not let the energy of other people affect me so much in a way that is good and healing? I have friends that we go paddleboarding, we go hiking, we do things where it's just us, but told my friend, I was like, "I think we should go out to dinner. We should go in public," and
Right.
I'm all for it.
I love that. It's the little things. I see psychic mediums go through this phase too. Look, you're doing it the opposite way, but sometimes what happens with a lot of psychic mediums when they get into my course, their friend circle all of a sudden, poof, like dwindles. People will block them, people will stop talking to them. And it's funny because that is part of the frequency that was actually clogging up their intuitive pathways to connecting with spirit. So it's like you are like doing it the opposite way where you're like, people are not for me right now. Bye. I'm going to go in this hole and I'm going to do my spiritual work and come out when I feel ready. So there's no one size fits all with this process. It is very much a part of the process. Like the seclusion, I can't tell you how much time I spend alone and how much time I love it. Love it is an understatement. And it's just part of like us as healers. We're refining our frequency, we're upgrading, we're up leveling like no time before. I really feel like this time in history is crazy beautiful. Like we're here in the masterclass. That's how I see it. So I feel like really we need all the alone time we can get to really understand what's happening in our own frequency, in our own code, right? To be solid within ourselves and the authenticity. I would say you're doing it more right than you think.
The common occurrence of spiritual healers that I have on my podcast is they've realized that they need that alone time to be able to bring their gifts to the world. And I see so many people who have this concept of self care being selfish, but then they also want to tap into their spiritual gifts. And it's like, well, once you heal, you thinking that self care is selfish, your spiritual gifts will start to flow to you and come to you in that process. So I love that you brought that up. We have to be by ourselves to
Yes.
connect with that spiritual presence, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, there's a power of the group energy, but it's aligned intention in the group frequency that can really skyrocket everyone's abilities. So that's why I love doing the groups as well. It's that beautiful balance of we get to meet once a week online via Zoom. We're all coming together. We're all connecting. Everyone's guides are helping everyone else. It's like this beautiful hodgepodge of like expansion and growth. And then you have your alone time. Then you have your homework. Then you have your integration. Then you have all the synchronicities and occurrences that are going to happen outside of class days. So it's that beautiful balance, the aligned intention with other like-minded souls who are like, no, I know this is for me. I know something more is going on. I know I have these abilities that are just waiting for me to tap into. When you're in a group in a space like that, there is much potency and power to being witnessed in the expansion of your psychic abilities like no other thing that I've experienced. So that's why I do it. I absolutely love it.
Welcome to Float Activity, the channel that guides you on a transformative journey towards spiritual wisdom, self-development, and healing practices, all aimed at elevating your intuition and aligning you with your soul's purpose. I'm your host, Kara Dempsey, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me as we learn together. Please subscribe and share this with a friend to help grow my channel. I appreciate you, and we'll chat soon.